Hello and welcome back to Tom and Suzy's Packed Lunch with our special guest episode. I'm comedian Tom Glover.
And I am Willy's wife, Suzy Bennett.
Who is also a comedian. And of course, we are joined by the man himself, Willy.
Hello, everybody.
Willy is here.
I'm here.
Willy is here. Often spoke about on the podcast. My daughter is an avid listener and she's very excited that Willy is going to be appearing.
Can you tell
Willy
Suzy
live.
dressed me this morning?
Yeah, he's got his I Love My Wife t-shirt on.
Absolutely.
But I'm not sure that's the
didn't buy
comics.
that
In the
thing.
last episode, there was a sort of implication that he's become a sort of 70s house husband now who insists you make him a lemon twist every day.
I did buy you some new slippers, actually, didn't I?
You did,
it was great, yeah.
He's got a special cup he has to have out when he comes home
Special
from
cup.
work.
The lemon drizzles are very, very good.
I also...
And I don't say that in a surprised voice. That they are.
Well, I'd be surprised after the Marmite pasta revolution. On your first date, she made you Marmite pasta, which is a speciality.
I think it surprised her more than me, to be honest. The fact that actually the banana cake came out was soft and moist.
It was very moist,
You
actually.
can say moist.
Yeah. It was a moist cake, and all the cakes since have all been moist.
They've all been moist.
They've done very well.
Yeah, well done, Sue. So I don't know, what should we ask Willy? We got him here live on the podcast. You can talk about a lot.
Because we talk about him a lot, so, it'd be nice for people to put a face in.
Well, that's what I thought. People want to see him.
Yeah.
They want to put a face to the name. But it's a bit weird for you to interview your own
Yeah,
husband, isn't it?
you carry on. But I'm wearing my special necklace as well. Because Suzy and Willy, obviously William's called William, but everyone knows him as Big Willy. And that was before I met him. David Arnold, the comedian, fixed us up together and he's like, Big Willy. And I was like, oh, that's what everyone calls him. So he's in my phone as Big Willy. Yeah. And sometimes, like, I was in the Apple store once and I was showing the man my phone because he was helping me with something. And he said, oh, you got a message from Big Willy. But collectively, we are Swilly, Suzy and Willy. Yeah. And Swilly is actually the name of a part of Plymouth. That
of course.
Sometimes doesn't get
great reviews, does
doesn't
it?
get great reviews. But the wonderful comedian Anna Carroll bought me this necklace, Swilly. So I've got the
Swilly necklace.
I've reclaimed the word Swilly.
In the last episode, Willy, you were listening through the glass and we put a scenario to Suzy about her, your chihuahuas being swooped away by a seagull, and you could only save Ronnie or Reggie. Which one would you go to?
Oh, Reggie.
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 Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a favourite there. So.
Ronnie's little.
Ronnie, I've been calling him Ronnie Barker because he's a bit reactive when people call him that. But he's a good boy, though. He's lush.
They're both sweet. They are both very
He looks
sweet.
at you for ages and then he does a little head tilt. Cute.
And the other scenario was, of course, you were sunbathing naked in the garden. Seagull comes to Ronnie or Reggie or severs your
I know, there was.
manhood.
She didn't just. So obviously the value of my manhood is.
Yeah, that's outweighs a little chihuahua.
I know.
You don't agree, Suze? No, I think she's saving the dog. I think you're third
in
on
my
the
head,
list.
and it's. I'm going to have a dream about that now. It's really upsetting.
Well, it has happened. It's something to be wary of with a chihuahua. Is they can be lifted into the air, especially by a West Country seagull, because we got good, strong seagulls around here.
I know. You do realise that Suzy is going to obsess about this now.
Oh, I know. Because I do know Suzy.
It's like you see it in your eyes.
This
is going to be great, because now she's going to get a big stick that she's going to wave above the dogs whenever they're walking, just to make sure that no seagulls.
This is Big Brother energy, because I'm a big brother, and I would come to my sisters. Because I remember when my sister was younger, she went to go to a concert to see Peter Andre, I think, and she had big hoop earrings in, and me and my little sister just said to her, "Oh, they get ripped out at a concert."
Yeah.
And she went, "What?" And we just kept saying, "They're going to get ripped out at a concert." And then we developed it into a chant where we were going, "They'll get ripped out at a concert." And then we just chanted it over and over again until she changed her earrings. Which is Big Brother behaviour. It's character building.
My big brother, when I had my first proper gig, and it was a big deal because it was Jimmy Carr's Comedy Idol, and he was like, he said, "This will be you." "All right, my name's Suzy." And then there'll be like silence, and then and he was like, "This is what it'll be like. You'll do your punchline, and then it'll be like nothing, and then you'll hear like that." And he was like, "Yeah, you're gonna corpse." And I was like, "No, Simon, corpse means laughing. You mean die." He's like, "You're gonna die. You're gonna corpse." And I'm like, "No, corpse means when you start laughing." But he used to. It was like reverse.
So you doing
it was reverse psychology. He wanted me to do well, so he like sort of pretend that I'm gonna do really badly in that.
It does explain a lot about your psyche there.
Yeah.
But in this, was it you doing a cough because you were so nervous?
No, he was like the audience member. It's like the tumbleweed moment, and then like you hear it.
Yeah. But you won, didn't you?
No, I didn't win it. I was in the final.
You got to the final. It was on his DVD extras.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Someone mentioned it the other day, actually, because they said, "Oh, were you on that?" And I was like, "This is 2004."
Oh, wow.
No, 2005. And I was like, "Oh, God." It was just like...
Who won it?
Colin Owens. Guy in Southampton.
He still gigs, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I've seen his name on stuff.
He's in a band as well.
I think to get a copy of that, you'd have to go to one of those sort of dodgy stalls on the market, wouldn't you? To get a copy of that.
It'd be on a
DVD.
charity shop bargain bin somewhere.
We've got it. I've got it.
Oh, have it? You have got. Why have you never shown it to
Russell
him?
Pollock, when I first met him, who is now like one of my comedy brothers, your distant cousin.
Yeah.
He recognised me from it as well when I first met him, and I was like, "Oh God!" He went, "Me and my mates used to watch it all the time," and I was like, "Oh."
Oh, so that's your... And then you thought, I'll be destined for big things, and you never knew you'd be here on the sofa 22 years later.
22, I know.
Still going strong?
Willy?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Willy.
Yeah, let's talk about Willy. Sorry, Sorry, Willy.
Like,
Well, what I was going to ask...
Willy in a corner.
I was going to ask
We
you
have
to
put Willy in a
stop.
corner.
If you could stop talking about this driving thing, because it's really starting to worry me that actually Susie might have to or consider doing that, and just in Susie's day-to-day life, I just don't think it's a good idea.
But it would be very helpful for her if she could drive.
Yes,
We're assuming she's good and capable at driving when she's finished.
Really?
How many times in the car do you like, stop suddenly or something, and I go,
oh my
like
God,
that?
yeah.
I like go,
Actually, I've learned to sort of like phase that out now, because it can affect your
But
driving.
you know
I'm
what
sure
he does,
you've
Tom?
experienced it.
If someone stops suddenly in front of him, he automatically goes like that.
Yeah, that is a reflex.
To protect me, and also have a copper feel.
I hate to tell you this though, because I do that to my wife, but I will also do that if I've got a Chinese on the passenger seat. So it is a reflex. I will stop the Chinese from falling into the footwell. So it is love in a way. But it's the same love we have for a Chinese.
Reggie and Ronnie would get the same treatment, because I love them equally.
Yeah.
As I do you, my love, obviously.
But you shouldn't have your chihuahuas in the passenger seat just
No,
as,
that's too
for
true,
YouTube.
yes.
He doesn't do that. So is there any... So obviously you listen to the podcast.
Yes.
You're Susie's number one fan. And I don't
Absolutely.
say that as a joke.
Absolutely. Patron.
He is.
Patron. I am a patron.
He's one of our patrons.
I know.
So is there anything from the podcast, because you get spoke about a lot and a lot of things get raised, so obviously the driving thing, is there anything that you would like to bring up and have your say upon?
Well, I mean, Susie obviously brought me along today to sort of beef out and look intimidating because of all the potential bullying that goes on within the... I mean, I find it quite funny, to be honest. But
That's approval from the husband.
Poor, yes, yeah. That's green light. Green light. You can go with that. That's fine. That's fine. But poor. Sorry.
But nothing, so there's no axes to grind.
No, I don't think so. I think I get brought up every now and again, and in a very nice way and very respectful way. So that seems to be the way forward, and I quite like that.
That thing that you do when you do the puppy dog eyes, and you do that.
Are you going to get me to do all the different things that you embarrass me with on a daily basis?
Oh, like the little song that you made up for Ronnie and Reggie.
I think we agreed that you weren't going to bring that up. I thought you agreed. We agreed that we weren't going to bring that up.
This is what we're here for.
There was a very sweet moment when we first had the dogs, and it just came into my head, and it was because Susie is a very loving lady. And she's got a lot of love to give. She gives a lot of love to me, obviously, but there was a little hole that she needed to fill. And we did. I had a dog for 13 years. I had a black Labrador, Ebony. And she was lovely. And she was there when we first got together. But then, unfortunately, she went. And I always said, I'm never having another dog, because it was so... But Susie has got that little hole to fill. And these dogs have filled that hole. Admittedly, she said the other day, I haven't heard her normal voice for the last month.
My hole.
The little hole.
I was never broody for babies, was I?
No, just for
children
two
or
tiny
anything like
chihuahuas.
that. And then,
yes. Yes, I did this little song, and it just came into my head. I don't know. It was Roger and Rennie. So
Roger and Rennie. So did you do that? Bodger and Badger. It was from Bodger and Badger. You're going to sing it? Oh, do you want me to sing it?
Ronnie and Reggie are never far away. Wasn't that?
It is.
That's the Bodger and Badger song.
It is. Ronnie and Reggie, Ronnie and Reggie. La 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 la.
Reggie and Ronnie are here to love us all. Now then.
Oh, that is for the
admittedly, that was in the privacy of our own.
That's where that
at
stays.
a moment when we had got these dogs, and yes, they came into our life. So, yes, this will forever live. And everybody that watches this now will record that and show it to me on their phone.
That's the trouble of being in a loving relationship, is that you do things like that in the comfort of home with your partner, and then you don't expect them to be raised on a podcast, do you?
No.
And I'm sure I've done plenty of stuff like that.
You know, when you like extend nicknames and stuff, so like Ronnie Barker, and then I'm like Ronners and Ronnie Roo, and then Reggie has become Reggie Sauce.
Yeah. Right, we need to crack on with the premise of this podcast, because we are running very late because someone was 22 minutes late, and it wasn't me, but there we are. And my child will be stood at the school gates crying, saying, "Why were you late, Daddy?" And I'll say, "Because Auntie Suzy overslept."
I didn't oversleep.
No, it was traffic problems.
Yes, there were traffic problems.
But
what our origin story is probably the most, because I don't think you've done that on the podcast, how we met and how because it was a long drawn out process. The first time I saw Suzy was at a comedy gig, David Arnold's comedy gig, who is our mutual friend,
former guest on the podcast. Yeah.
And I saw Suzy, and she has this bit in her show, or at the time she had this bit on her show that said that she liked big men with beards. Now, this was the time that I was single, and I was at the show with my daughter. And when she said, "Oh, I like big men with beards," I just started to grow my beard, and my daughter nudged me.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I remember thinking, well, surely a beautiful lady like that is not going to want to be with me, type thing. So way out of my league. Anyway, I sort of knew of her, and I knew bits and pieces of her, but you have to fast forward a whole year.
Wow, really grew that beard out.
I've grown the beard.
Yeah.
And Suzy is hosting one of the Best Bar None Awards, which is a pub awards show. And I run a pub. So I was there for it's the one night out that we get in the whole year. Very drunken. I was very drunk, and I had drunk an awful lot. There's a lot of publicans in this room that don't get to go out very often, and when they do, they go quite large. And I won a prize. I can't remember what it was. Best
casual dining.
That's the one. And Suzy did her bit of a show before, and then she was hosting the awards, and I came out, and I remember getting very carried away and very excited that I'd won this award, and I ran around the whole thing, and as I bypassed Suzy, I shouted, "I love you," at the top of my voice, and then ran off. I didn't approach her afterwards, didn't do anything. I sat down afterwards and thought, I've done it now. That's
you got it out of system.
Finished, don't have to worry about it anymore. Anyway, fast forward another sort of 6-8 months, I suppose it was, and David sort of said to me, "Oh, Suzy's single, you're single, you should get," and I was like, she wouldn't be interested in me, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm sure, a big man with a beard," and I was like,
perfect.
Yeah.
Check him out on YouTube, you can see the big man with a beard.
And then we Suzy friended me on Facebook. I thought it was quite bold, but at the same time I thought, oh, she's just trying to get more fans and followers, so she friended me. So
she friends every man that says they love her.
Yeah, double guessed it, and we did a little bit of flirting on Facebook. I was doing a barbecue, wasn't I, or something, and you said something about, and I
something about sausages, wasn't it? Yeah, something about sausages.
Like anyway, very sort of flirty. All through lockdown, I was watching her online comedy gigs. Those painful gigs that you all had to do because and everybody was on mute, so you didn't get any laughter, did you? So that was fun. And then after your first gig back was an open air gig, and I went along to this gig. I sort of said, "Oh, I'm coming," and she was like, "Oh, that's nice." And I turned up at the gig, and you took the mickey out of me on stage, as I think everybody else had. And there was another bit that Suzy does about somebody chatting her up and saying, "Fancy a pasty." So I went home, and I was with my daughter again, and I spent about an hour and a half putting together a text to send to Suzy, which ended up being "Fancy a pasty." That was
an hour and a half.
Yeah, an hour and a half it took me to get that thing put together, and then and we went and had a pasty, and
The rest is history.
Our first date, pasty date.
We go there every year for our anniversary.
Well, I tell you what, it's a good thing you said yes after all that, because he was working on that for a good couple of years there.
And then we went to see Rag and Bowman.
Online dating, and they'd all be gone by the time you swipe right.
See Rag and Bowman, and he shouted, "You had your chance!"
Yeah, because Rag and Bowman, that was the initial prototype as a Rag and Bowman man, but I feel that Willy's better than that. He's bigger, he's beardier, he hasn't got all the tattoos, and he's got a much more beautiful voice, if you don't mind me saying so. Yes, but we are here for a reason. Talk about casual dining. The premise of the podcast, Tom and Suzy's Packed Lunch, is that our guest has to bring on their packed lunch, and then we're going to go through it and we're going to review their choices. So if you want to get your packed lunch out for us, Willy, it's in an Asda bag, which is very on brand.
Asda's.
I mean,
we go one item at a time. One item at a time. So what's your main?
We're obviously me and Suzy come out together, so we've got a joint one. And we've got his and hers pot noodles, because obviously we're big pot noodle fans.
Yes.
Now the flavour that is the best, obviously the chicken,
of course,
flavour.
Of course.
Look at Suzy's face, and then
she's more niche with the beef and tomato.
And we've gone king
beef tomato, king size, because obviously I'm trying to feed this. Suzy likes big men with beards. I wouldn't get big if I didn't have a.
That is a risky main course for someone with a beard, of course, because you will.
And of course, if there's no kettle available.
No, those kettles here.
More risky.
Is this
even more risky?
Because I famously on this podcast tried to down a king size pot noodle in one. Is that something you think you'd be capable of? Okay, you're not going to claim that.
You're lucky he didn't go for his first choice of sandwich, because he was going to make you try it because of your famously bad gag reflex.
My daughter, as I said, I'm coming on packed lunch in the premises that I have a packed lunch, and she said, you could use your favourite sandwich. And I'm like, what's my favourite sandwich? I was ham. What's my favourite sandwich? She said, you came back drunk from a night out with Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben is a very old friend of mine.
I was thinking about rice.
Not the guy who makes the rice.
Not the rice.
I made you a sandwich. It's rice-based.
And when we get together, it tends to degenerate very quickly.
Ben's the one who's got the famous story about the soap on a rope.
Yes.
When he was curious.
We went on the men's walk. I do things for charity as well. St Luke's men's walk.
You don't make as much of a fuss about it. Don't do a whole podcast about it.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's basically a pub crawl, guys.
Which it is. Yeah. It's a glorified pub crawl, and we got very drunk. But we came back, and after the pub crawl, we ended up going to a nightclub. I was out till 2:00 in the morning. It was ridiculous. And
for charity.
Yeah, for charity. And then we got back to the house, and of course, very drunkenly, I made a sandwich, and my daughter came down because there was such a ruckus, because we made loads of noise in the kitchen and we put the music on and all this sort of thing. And I'd made this sandwich, and it was chicken with peanut butter and Marmite. And apparently I was sat there munching on this chicken, on this sandwich, going, this is a taste sensation.
I've had that sandwich. That's because you can get Marmite peanut butter now in the
yes, you can. Yes, you
and
can.
chicken.
And
that's a satay. That's a satay.
Satay. Yeah.
So I'm on board with it. Yeah.
So I
no gagging here. You should have bought that. I'm disappointed.
Sorry about that. I was going to make that, but
what I've got so far from your stories is that you've got a daughter, but the daughter's it's sort of a role reversal there, where the daughter seems to have been in charge of you for quite some time.
Yeah, they do.
And I'm not sure whether she wanted you to get with Suzy for you to find love, or whether she's just trying to pass you on to another woman to take care of you. That's probably possible. Yeah, okay.
Probably that. We've obviously got the forks for that, but
because they're classy. They won't drink straight out the
wooden forks, and you can't use wooden forks as it tastes
not ideal.
So we've actually got metal forks in here as well. So we have got the replacement metal.
Wooden cutlery in your mouth gives me the ick.
We got a token apple.
That's for you to share.
No, that's to go in the bin in about
that's 2 hours time,
and we get out of the car and it's gone.
That's done a few journeys.
Yeah, that's that one there. Obviously, bacon fries.
Well, you are a publican, a landlord. Of course, you got a bacon fry.
Yeah, we got scampi fries as well, but and some cheese and onion crisps, random cheese and onion crisps. Though my go-to flavour is prawn cocktail. Usually, prawn cocktail.
We haven't done our big shot
yet. Man of culture.
To drink.
Shandy-aid.
Shandy Bass. You can only get these, literally, you can only get them at fish and chip shops now. in the fridge.
Yeah, very rare to see a shower.
Or very small local news agents that have got the millions of drinks.
And you almost sort of, that is a throwback. I used to drink these and then stagger around thinking I was drunk.
Because it was sort of like a gateway drug to binge drinking that they used to give us at youth clubs.
Yeah.
A youth club was essentially like a mini nightclub that was a sort of training ground for our generation, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And of course, we've got a little our little picture on. We made stickers.
You've got your own stickers
from our weddings
to make sure no one else touches what's in there.
So Willy and Suzy sticker on top of.
I put them on the back of cards and I send people cards.
What's in it? Exciting.
It's a lemon drizzle.
The lemon drizzle.
Yay!
The lemon drizzle reveal.
So you get to
So I'm going to try the lemon drizzle.
Can I just say, it was made, when did I make that one? Was it?
I don't think you can really make it.
I was going out after. Was it Sunday or Saturday? So it's a few days old, so it's not as moist as it was.
So we're going to go on visuals to start with, and to be honest, that looks professional quality.
Good consistency.
Credit where it's due.
Yeah.
The feel of it, very soft. Very soft. I'm going to break a bit off. Feels nice. I don't think the gag reflex is going to come into action.
He went straight for the crusty top, straight for the drizzle section.
Beautiful. Lovely stuff.
Celebrity Bake Off, here we come.
And then that's for you? That's your lunch I'm eating?
No, you can have it.
That's for me, is it?
Yeah, we've got
Take that
some
home
there.
with me. Move your sticker on.
Susie's been giving it away. This is the thing. Anybody that comes to the house, Susie's like, I'll take a bit of drizzle cake with you. It's like everybody that comes to the house.
You need to, though, because once your partner gets into baking, it's a slippery slope. Because my daughter started baking and, well, my body transformation is struggling to fight back against it. But on half a stone since the photo shoot.
You promise you're going to eat that and not throw it in a bin?
I definitely eat. I just don't eat it on the podcast because it'll be a lot of
Josh can have a bit.
ASMR.
So don't be shy, Josh. You can pretend that Bonnie Blue's urinated on it. Sorry.
My daughter's watching this because she wants to see Willy for the first time, and you've just degraded the episode. That's going to get spanned off YouTube.
I've met your daughter before. At the Birkbeck Folk Festival.
The Birkbeck Folk Festival. But
we were babysitting, but Suzy was chief babysitter.
Yeah.
Didn't do a very good job at all.
Really bad.
I gave them a tenner to keep quiet.
Bad job, yeah.
She was lucky my kids weren't whisked away by seagulls.
They
ran off to the circus instead, didn't they?
They ran off to a circus.
Smelled of weed.
They drew beards on their faces. They shouted mega pedo at me.
Yeah.
This was within half an hour of you. You were feeding them stuff. You were giving them like sweets and things.
numbers.
Yeah.
Espresso martini.
Yeah. I think one of them did try coffee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think you gave my daughter her first coffee. And now she always wants to have mockers, I think.
I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Lots of stuff went on. Yeah.
You probably definitely did. But anyway.
So if we're at the festival this year, because are you doing it this year?
Yes.
Birkbeck Folk Festival in August. It's my favourite festival.
I love it. Yeah.
It's really family friendly.
Willy
I have to defend my title.
Defend his title.
Yes, of course, because they have a beard competition.
Yes. And I told the story, didn't I? I grew it for love.
That's what it was. That was the BGT story, wasn't it? That was
unique selling point.
And of course, if he loses the beard competition, then you have to go off with the new beard man.
He might lose it to me.
Yeah.
He might lose it to me, to be honest, because the hot weather's bringing out my...
the menopause beard.
Yeah.
I think
he had the T-shirt on, didn't he? Touch my beard and tell me I'm pretty.
Because I host a beard competition every year, so I'm quite regular.
Yeah, it wasn't fixed. It wasn't fixed.
No, we do get an audience. It's done by Audience Cheer. And then Willy won fair and square. And you got some prize. Do you remember what you got as a prize?
Some beard oil.
A lot of beard-related prizes.
Beard-related prizes.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll be there again.
You were saying about noodles in his beard. There is a code word, isn't it? When you get food in your beard, I'll be like...
Cabbages.
Cabbages, apparently.
Did you say cabbages?
Just randomly say cabbages.
And then I can do a bit of a groom.
Yeah. I mean, I have a small beard, but even I will get the odd bit of...
Well, I had a haircut and a beard trim last week in preparation.
For the podcast?
Oh, absolutely, yes. I needed to look my best.
Yeah.
He actually won an Instagram thing, didn't you, for best transformation after lockdown?
Oh, God, yeah.
Did it?
They put his picture up before and after, because he looked like Grizzly Adams. Because my Willy has got lovely curly hair in real life when he grows it out.
Yeah.
And I asked him to have a lock of it. The last haircut he had, I said, can you... And I've got a little lock of his little curly hair.
So when you say the best transform in lockdown, so is this...
I look like a homeless person.
Is that how much you degenerated over the lockdown?
We went out for our walk in Exeter or whatever. We went along the river and it was a windy day and there's a photo of me and Suzy together, and it looks like she's adopted a homeless person for the day. It's ridiculous. It was out here somewhere. It was just fly away.
I put it in a ponytail at one point, didn't I?
Yeah, and the beard was sort of, oh God, it was matted.
You're similar to me, is your hairline. You're losing your hair.
Well, this is it. What was that? My hair kind of stayed. I had hair when we got married. Which was only a year
clinging on,
ago.
Same as me.
And I was, but it was getting dangerously close to a comb over.
Yeah.
And I thought you've just got to.
You've got to be brave.
At that point, you've got to be brave. And I went to my barber, and I've known him for quite a few years. And he said, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Okay, yeah. And he just went through the middle, so that I could change my mind halfway through. And I wish you'd taken the photo, but it was like two clumps either side, and his bald head over the top.
I remember my last trip to the barber's, and he sighed when I got in the chair, and he said, "What do you want?" And I said, "What do you suggest?" And he sighed. And then I thought, okay. And like the previous 3 or 4 times, he told me about hair transplants.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about Turkey. And the last time he said that he'd gone to Iraq and had his done for 500 quid in Iraq.
Where did that hair come from?
But it was
Osama bin Laden.
His hair transplant is the best. Don't care where it came from. Just like your T-shirt from Shein.
Yeah.
But his hair transplant is the best hair transplant I've ever seen. 500 quid in Iraq. So, if you fancy it, if you want to run that risk.
There was a couple of bald men on my tour the other week, and it was really hot during the heat waves, and I had a spray of Factor 50 in my bag, and when we stopped for a little break, I was like, wellness check, and I went around and sprayed the tops of their heads.
That's actually a bullying. That could get you sacked off your tour. That was a hate crime. It was a hate crime to baldies.
And they enjoyed it.
Yeah. No, you get away with a lot of stuff.
I do, don't I? Because my accent. Oh, I didn't mean it to be offensive.
Right, we have got to wrap this up because I've got a child to pick up from school. Just a one today.
Oh.
But doesn't make it any better if I don't.
Unless the seagulls get there first.
Well, where are your chihuahuas? They locked indoors?
No.
Have they gone out the cat flap?
They're with Cousin Sam.
Cousin Sam, does he know that? Is it he or she, Sam?
They.
Okay, so do they know?
They know that we're out and that we'll be back in a few hours.
But do they know they aren't allowed to let the chihuahua out? Yeah.
They're not aware of the seagull.
Well,
they will
my
be by the end
Sam
of the day,
is from Florida,
thanks to
so
you.
there's much more worrying things in Florida, like big alligators and that, so it's all right.
Or an alligator would have a chihuahua away in no time.
Don't put that in my head now. Putting all these images in my head is very
Maybe Sam has brought over an alligator from...
Do you want to see the sticker? Shall I show the nice viewers the sticker of the Swilly sticker?
Do you want to take it over to the camera?
We put this in the back of cards and that.
The camera's not there, that's me. I've seen this sticker. Right, so that's a look goodbye from Willy and Suze. Thanks for joining us, Willy. Good to finally have you here on the armchair. We will be back next week where we will find out whether the Chihuahuas have made it. Hopefully they have.
Ronnie and Reggie, la 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 la. Ronnie and Reggie are here to love us all.
Oh, here to love us all. Oh no, they're gone. Bye, Ronnie and Reggie.
Let's go fly a kite up. No,
we're done. We're out.